What's up, y'all? Today, Loose Screws, we're talking Raw. We're talking SmackDown. And we're just talking. So, Kiara, Kobe, Isaiah.
Zariah sitting in.
Zariah is chilling.
She's cleaning her iPhone at the moment.
Yeah.
Alright, well, not even like on Raw or SmackDown yet. I want to know what your thoughts on the Tribal Chief are.
Oh, okay. So, that is definitely my Tribal Chief. I love Roman Reigns, like I said. We all know what we were talking about at Clash of the Castle. We necessarily didn't agree. We all didn't agree, or you didn't agree with me per se. I'm so sorry.
My son having so much fun.
He's never seen the lights on either. He's like, what?
We turned the lights on. We've been like sitting here in the dark just talking.
So, anyways, we did disagree on that last week. I said I wanted Roman Reigns to beat Drew McIntyre. He did. And he's still the Tribal Chief. We're still acknowledging him to this day.
He's that dude.
He's the man. And I don't think we're seeing him lose the title anytime soon if reports are true. So,
I don't like him.
You don't like him?
I don't know. Something about him.
That's all she says for everyone. She's
I mean, like, okay, he's alright, but I just think that I just want to see him win by himself. No one. Just him, no help, nobody, and just empty ring, just him. Like, I haven't seen that. And
I mean, to be fair, though, at WrestleMania, he did beat Brock Lesnar with no interaction from the outside.
Paul Heyman pushed the rope.
I don't remember
They
seeing
never
that.
talked about it, though. So I really do think that was shoot, though. Like, Paul might have been like, oh my god, he can't reach. Because it was, like, barely on the camera in the point of it. But
I don't remember that. I'm not going to say anything about it because I don't remember it, honestly. And we watched the whole WrestleMania together, so...
You did point it out when it happened, though.
Did I point it out? Okay, so I'm a fucking liar, apparently.
I think we all kind of agree, though. Like, we don't like that he doesn't show up all the time, but it makes when he does more special.
Yes, definitely. And
I do throw up the ones.
I do too.
But after Clash, I couldn't do it during that one.
And I don't understand why, because I felt like Clash was so heel. It was so good. It was so good.
I just feel like, okay, is it time? Is it not time? If there was a time, it would have been there.
Let's be honest, though. It was not time.
I don't think it was time, but I think it was a really good, like, you could have gotten something out of that.
No.
But I don't think it was time for it. Like, again, I wanted him to split the titles so that he could be time. Lose the WWE Championship, have that one carry over. Let him have Universal. That's his championship from now on, you know?
I guess. Because I thought I remember, like, reports saying that it was just going to be for the WWE, but I guess that all ended up changing or whatever. But either way, Roman Reigns is the man.
He is the face of the company. I will say that. But,
well, do you think he is? Because apparently there's reports that he's going part-time fully and he's starting to get away.
But he's still the face. Like, when you talk about him more than anything, even if it's good or bad.
That is very true.
But yeah, I would say the newcomer coming up, Theory. What do y'all think about him?
I like Theory.
I love Theory.
So I like Theory too, and it's my theory
okay.
that he's. I'm just kidding.
Zariah just grew up.
sorry, Austin Theory.
Austin Theory,
okay.
yes, he got his name back, and that's what I love. But the only thing with him right now is I feel like they're making him a little too comedic at times. Like he like. I felt like they had this problem with Carmella when she was holding her contract, okay? She was losing a lot, first of all, and she looked like a joke most of the time until her time came to actually take the title from Charlotte freaking Flair. That's the only time she kind of looked decent, you know what I mean? But it kind of made it feel like her title reign was squandered a little bit because she wasn't taken so serious before that. Yeah. And like me right now watching Theory, like I cannot see him taking those titles off of Roman Reigns.
And he's losing too much normal matches.
Yes.
He is, I was just mentioning
and like
that.
the whole thing with Kevin Owens making him look like an absolute joke on Monday Night Raw, it kind of just makes me think like, why is this guy like? How is this guy going to be taken serious to take over the titles from Roman Reigns?
He kind of reminds me of like the Miz's Money in the Bank run, but the Miz was taken more serious.
Yes.
No, sorry, Miz made himself look more serious.
Yes. Wait, first or second
First.
time? Okay, yeah, first time. Yes, definitely.
Because everyone was like, "Oh, he's the Miz. He's not going to beat Randy Orton and John Cena." But
And
he made it so believable.
Yeah, I guess that could be true, but Theory is just, I don't know.
I was really excited when he almost cashed in on at the Clash though.
Yeah.
That was crazy.
I was too.
And it was not necessarily unexpected, but SummerSlam they said he was gonna come in, so it wasn't too big when he did. But Clash, I
What
liked
did he
it.
do on this last? That was with Kevin Owens, right?
Yeah, he lost to Kevin.
Okay, yeah, like terribly, right?
Yeah, pretty
Yeah.
much.
Well, I guess we can go to Raw now. Opening of Raw this last week was Dominic Mysterio joining the Judgment Day, coming out with Rhea Ripley looking like his uncle or his papi.
Yeah.
As they
Looking like
say.
11.
Oh my
from
god, no, he
season
looked
2.
badass. I loved it. I loved his
So I wouldn't say he looked badass, but I will say he looked a lot more presentable in this way. But that's one thing we were completely confused about after Clash.
It was if he was joining or not.
I remember
I didn't think
asking,
he was.
do you think he's joining Judgment Day? And y'all said,
I
no,
think
there's
so.
no way.
Yeah.
And I started thinking about, like, yeah, like he just pretty much screwed them. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
I was
there's
just
no way.
thinking he was just gonna turn heel against Edge and them, and they were gonna forget Judgment Day.
Yeah. It didn't make sense to
Rhea
me. that
made
he
a
joined.
man out of him.
Yes.
Oh.
So what do you think that was hinting at?
I don't know. Actually, I didn't even think about that until I saw the memes.
That's
I was
Yeah.
exactly what I was thinking.
My take on Judgment Day though, I want them to be something. I put here in my notes that I want them to be like Nexus,
In a way.
so where they don't just have one storyline and they're just attacking everyone. Like they're
Yeah.
a menace to everyone.
So, yeah, at first I was very high on Judgment Day, especially like when Edge was in there, of course. But when Finn Balor, because I followed Finn Balor through NXT and he's been awesome. When he returned to NXT, he was a heel character. It was amazing, amazing, amazing. But you can't have a very, what are they, like, what is it called, destructive group and then
Lose every.
Yeah.
yeah, you know, like it just and especially to Edge. Like Edge is someone who should be putting people over at times, like in important events. And I understand giving him wins, of course, because like everybody, you know what I mean. Whether you're old or new, like you still have a career, and like I don't ever believe like, oh, you should push the new people before the older people. Like, of course, I never understood that, but you're building them to be a dominant group, of,
Yeah.
you know, and like they're losing, and the only one who looks good right now is Rhea Ripley. And she
Yeah.
hasn't even had a match in like a few months.
Yeah,
so
just for a brain injury or whatever.
brain injury, really?
Oh, wow.
Yeah, like when she was supposed to face Bianca
Oh,
at Money in the Bank, and then I don't know if it was a concussion, but I think they said brain injury. That's why she was
Oh.
still training and stuff. People were
And I
like,
didn't
"Oh,
even
it
know that.
doesn't look like you're injured."
Oh.
She's like, "Well, you don't see a brain injury." Like, this is- That's what she said on Twitter and stuff. But yeah, so now he's going to face Edge. Dominic is going to face Edge this
Yeah.
Monday.
Do you think it's gonna happen?
Yeah, so I'm
It'll
saying like
happen, I think.
obviously right now he doesn't seem like a contender for Edge, but I'm intrigued.
Well, the only reason I'm asking, do you think it will happen, is because I remember hearing the commentary say, Edge next week we're gonna have Edge versus Dominic Mysterio if Dominic shows up or something like that. I'll have to rewatch it exact words, but
Maybe if Edge shows up because they hurt him.
well, it kind of like made it seem as if Dominic even shows up for the match. You know what I mean? Like they kind of hinted at like, oh, will he possibly be there? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I don't know if it was just like a thing to say like, oh, will he really fight his former friend or what? But so I don't know. That's one thing I was kind of interested in, if it was supposed to be like that or what, because I've noticed with this whole Triple H takeover, we've seen a lot of like hidden details and like
Yeah,
backstage
yeah.
segments or what commentators are saying that
Yeah.
we have to keep up with now. So
Yeah, and then also I'm thinking like they got how many? 4 people now?
yes,
4 to 2. Like, is anyone gonna join Ray and Edge?
yes,
I
yeah,
don't know. I honestly don't see who would be there.
yeah.
It wouldn't really make sense. I just think Ray and Edge need to lose this rivalry.
And so I did see that something about will the daughter and mother.
Yeah, I feel
Of
like
Dom
that's
come.
already over though.
You think so?
Yeah, I don't think that's gonna happen.
Because I mean, a mother's word is everything sometimes. So maybe she tries to get him back to the
Nah.
light. You know?
Rhea made him a man.
Oh yeah.
Um.
Well, the
anyways.
last time we did see Rhea, though,
Yeah.
she was getting face to face with the sister. What's her
Oh,
name?
I don't know her name, but I remember seeing that.
I saw her recently say that she wanted to be in a match with either Ray or Edge.
So you never know. You never know.
Yeah. The next thing that showed up was the random tag team contenders match. It was, who was it? The Street Profits,
Mhm.
back from their mid card
Feud.
stuff. Alpha Academy,
Yeah.
Los Lotharios,
And the New Day.
and the New Day. Yeah, entertaining match. I liked it, honestly. I just thought it was very random.
So,
I was like, what?
it was entertaining, but my question was, why Los Lotharios?
Dude, I think they're really good in ring.
No,
though.
don't get me wrong. I love them. I love their
Mhm.
character, and I love their in-ring style. Especially Garza. He's really good in the ring. I've seen him and Humberto Carrillo. He had that whole rivalry with Seth Rollins and stuff before when he came. He was solid. But we haven't seen them in forever. Like, how are we supposed to see them just randomly appear and be like,
I thought,
Los
why
Lotharios?
New Day? They just
So-
lost their rivalry to the Viking Raiders.
I can see that. And I was even wondering, why aren't the Viking Raiders
Yeah,
in
they weren't
this
even in
match?
it.
So, yeah, I can see that. But I just thought it was kind of a random throw-in for Los Lotharios, you know?
Going into it though, I was like, okay, who's gonna win this match, right? Because to face the Usos, Usos are heels, so Alpha Academy's probably not winning.
Mm-hmm.
Los Lotharios most likely won't win. So I was like, okay, either Street Profits or New Day, and I was leaning New Day, because Street Profits just had their chance.
Yes.
But then I was like, well, New Day just lost their rivalry, so I was confused. But then none of it even mattered.
Yeah.
The monster among men returns, and just lays everyone out.
How did you feel about that?
See, like it was not leaked, I guess, but like said that it was gonna happen, that he was signed, he was gonna show up on Raw. I was like, okay, whatever. Like people didn't like it, people liked it, whatever. But I was just so confused on why it happened there.
Yes.
That it was like, oh, I didn't know this was happening, type of thing. Like it still made me react. But I mean, I liked it. I liked the showing of he looks amazing.
Yeah, he does look really good. Like his physique is crazy.
He looked kind of emotional walking into the ring though.
Yeah.
Like if like.
And he's
walking
very
out.
passionate about the fans.
Yeah.
I mean, I know a lot of people were apparently saying that he was talking trash about WWE.
Yeah, he was.
Right?
Yeah, he was.
I didn't ever see that.
I think it was like that he doesn't need them, like he doesn't need the money, like he just wants to show people what he can do, stuff like that. And then he came the second Triple H called him. You know, it's like
so I thought like he was talking trash about WWE in a company way for his other company. You know what I mean? So I didn't ever really take it as like, oh, he's talking shit about WWE, like personal wise. I thought it was just to build up his appearance for CYN or whatever the hell it was called.
Yeah, create your narrative.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, he laid out everyone. He tripped on the way to his train wreck.
Yeah.
It looked like he tried to chop block Gable, and then Gable messed up. I don't know what happened there, but it didn't look like he necessarily tripped.
So to me, it looked like as if Gable was gonna knee him, and he kind of ducked it in a way. So
I don't know, but
we all
still
make our
laid
own
out.
things.
And then his music goes off. He's showing off to the crowd, and then that entire night for the commercials, they were doing like the little like screens, so they weren't technically going to commercials. It would show the commercial on the side.
Yes.
So it still showed him, and then his music was going off, and then he decided to still start attacking them again.
Yeah.
I don't know what was going on there. It was kind of random, like
That
because
was
then we
scary.
came back to him, and he was still just beating ass.
Yeah.
Now, apparently, the roster that he's going to be on is SmackDown. So that was
Yes.
just to show his dominance.
Okay.
I think they're supposed to have the rematch of what happened, what was that tag match for this next week again. But yeah, I liked the way they did it. I don't know what he's gonna be here for.
So, did you see that he got a whole change in? We'll talk about that later on SmackDown. So,
All right. Then it was the women's tag team match. It was I don't even know who it was. It was Raquel and Aaliyah versus who? Oh, versus Toxic Attraction. Yeah, they faced
Yes.
Toxic Attraction.
on Monday?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or was it SmackDown?
No, that was SmackDown.
No, was it SmackDown? Oh.
That was SmackDown.
Wait.
Either way, going into it,
Y'all.
I can say Raquel and Aaliyah just aren't doing it for me as champs.
What was it? Doudrop and Nikki ASH? It
Maybe.
was, yeah.
Oh yes,
It was, yeah,
because there
okay.
was a whole backstage
Yeah, the backstage
segment.
thing. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so I think I don't like what they're doing with them. Like I really like Raquel Rodriguez. Like when she came in, because I don't watch NXT.
Yeah.
So seeing her come in, I was like, okay, she's pretty cool. Like I like her, not her character, but like just the way she carries herself and everything.
Her
So-
presentation.
I like the way she's looking. Like she's being dominant. She's being a force. But Aaliyah is not doing anything for the team. Other than
Oh,
just-
I remember now.
You know,
she was
she-
just kind of there.
yeah, she's just been there. I understand. I think that they're trying to make it seem like that, but it's also like why? Like,
Yeah, well, I did see that apparently the commentary team brought that up,
Mhm.
saying that Aaliyah hasn't really been tagged in. She didn't do much of the work or
She's
whatever.
just tagging along. She had a great Tahana bomb.
Tahana bomb?
Doudrop though.
Oh, I did see that.
Crazy from the top rope.
Yes, I did see that. She had an awkward position for a little bit,
Mhm.
but looks like she recovered.
Yeah. But I saw no reason for them to have the championship still. I think it should have been Damage Control because I'm sure they're gonna win this Monday in their match. against Raquel and Aaliyah. So I see no reason for them to be champions if Aaliyah's not gonna act like a champion.
Yeah. So, and I remember saying like, oh, maybe they won because the inevitable Sasha Banks and Naomi returning as heels. It doesn't seem like that's where it's going now.
It's not happening anytime soon now, it seems like.
Yeah, because I remember seeing them walking at New York Fashion Week. So.
Yeah, this is 2 days ago, yesterday?
Yeah, they were at New York Fashion Week, and Sasha Banks actually just had a interview, and she was saying that she's a producer, a writer, and all this other stuff that's going on in her life. So we don't know. Maybe she's not coming back, but I still see it happening because she's a Triple H girl for sure.
Next was Theory. We already pretty much kind of talked about this. It's Theory versus Kevin Owens.
Yeah.
I understand the Kevin Owens, like, we're trying to push Kevin Owens right now because he hasn't had his chance under Vince. I understand his push, but not at the expense of the Mr. Money in the Bank, the youngest Mr. Money in the Bank, youngest Mr. United States champion, all day, A-Town down. You don't need it against him.
Yes.
Yes. Kevin needed it again. He needs to keep being pushed.
He didn't need it with Theory. So yeah, I just don't understand the making Theory look like a whole joke. And when you get to doing that to somebody, you kind of like kill their momentum.
Yeah.
And that was a big thing everybody hated with Vince McMahon. But I don't see any critiquing on it with Triple H.
Mm-hmm.
I think there should be some critiquing because that is something that kind of gets me annoyed. But maybe it is one of those like, oh, we're trying to make you think like, oh, he won't win this title, and boom, when he does, we're like, wow, like that's wow. So,
Johnny Gargano is supposed to have his match next week, or this Monday.
Yeah,
I don't know who he's going to face though.
So I thought they were setting up for Theory.
Yeah, I think that's too soon though. I think that was just introduced.
Yeah, but it doesn't seem like it's going that way. I honestly think maybe it'll be just a jobber match.
There's no way though, because it's Johnny Gargano. They're not gonna just do that to make. That's kind of like a heel move, like to have him squash someone.
Yeah.
Maybe have him like in a good match, like Dolph Ziggler. But
what is Dolph doing at the moment? Actually,
it looked like he was getting a little push, but then he just stopped.
Yeah, because he's
still there. But
he was in line with Theory for a little bit.
Yeah, I think they just gave up on that. But I hope Theory gets a push more.
Yeah, definitely.
And then we kept going backstage to Ray interviews. Oh, what are you gonna do? Oh, he's still my son. I love him.
Yeah.
619. And then he said he was gonna call out one of the Judgment Day to have a match tonight, and it was against Damian Priest. And the finish of the match was Mysterio going for a 619, and Dom stands on the apron, doesn't allow him to do it, and then you get a South of Heaven. Pretty much just nothing really happened, but then Edge came in. Or no, that was the beginning.
It was a little generic.
Edge. Yeah. Kind of just whatever.
Kind of queasy.
Yeah. And then the main events, which I don't think should have been the main events, but whatever, was Miz versus Lashley for the United States Championship in a steel cage match. I don't know if I like Lashley as the United States Champion.
I don't necessarily disagree with you there. What I do disagree with is I did see somebody put on Twitter that Lashley is in the Roman Reigns position, like who's gonna beat him. He's not that person for me.
I think he's defending it too much. Like, I get that they're trying to make it relevant again, the United States Championship and the Intercontinental Championship. I think the Intercontinental is doing way better, but it's like an open challenge every week. It's like, I don't really. It's not as prestige anymore.
It's like they're trying to rehash the whole John Cena. Because when John Cena did it, it brought back prestige. But John Cena's name compared to Lashley is different. I mean...
I never like whenever there's more of a story for the challenger than the champion. Because Lashley's just coming out here, and these people are just coming in to face them with stories, and Lashley's just beating them. And they'll have their story. Lashley hasn't had a story. He hasn't talked about anything. He's just been there beating ass.
And on top,
I don't think I've ever heard him talk. Has he talked?
Yeah, I mean,
a little bit. But on top of that, go on.
No, I was gonna say I don't remember him like having a story. I don't get his story.
Yeah, and on top of that, it kind of is weird because like while they're pushing the U.S. title, his U.S. title defense was literally a side story, like or actually a story to progress the Miz and Dexter Lumis.
Miz almost won, and then he was too scared to get out of the ring because Dexter Lumis appeared from under, Don't know what they're doing with that, but
Yeah.
it's fun.
And honestly, that is kind of unbelievable to me. Like, if I was Miz, I would literally just drop my 2 fucking feet on his face. Like,
No, I was like, never mind. I'd walk back into the ring. That guy was scary.
He looks pretty scary. Yeah, his face was a little terrifying.
But, yeah, I was more interested in maybe I knew Miz wasn't gonna win. I knew that something was gonna happen like that, but I was like, just have Miz win. He's the one with the story. Bobby has no story. He hasn't had a story. He faced AJ Styles. He faced Dolph Ziggler. Am I tripping? He's been facing people for open challenges and just winning. Ciampa, yes. And I don't know. I just don't see the hype around Lashley, especially for main events.
Yeah. Like, I did like him when he was WWE champion.
Yeah, he's a heel.
But he had he had the Hurt Business. Dumbest move was to get rid of the Hurt Business for me. But yeah. And you know, I thought the dumbest move was definitely getting rid of the Hurt Business when he got rid of MVP or MVP turn, because he went with Almost. Where the hell's Almost now? You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, that was Raw. I would say the show was pretty good. I liked the Dominic stuff. I was pretty excited for it. Braun was pretty cool. Everything was alright. Before we get to SmackDown, we'll go with what was going on through the week before SmackDown with AEW. Okay?
Ooh.
There's been a lot of real heats. It's not a work, people. I don't know why people think it's a work. It's off screen.
Literally.
But
statements are being made on accounts of actual shareholders of AEW. Like, it's not a work. There's no way.
Man, I love CM Punk, man. He's in my top 5 favorites, not like all like best, but he's in my top 5 favorites, and he's just, I don't know what he's doing, man. He's doing too much. Like,
so I will be one to say that I've always loved CM Punk, but I don't know. I'm getting to a point where I am not a fan of Punk anymore. Like, it just seems like, like some people are siding with him because, like, it does seem a little problematic with these other people. Like,
yeah. See, at the same time, I'm like, okay, I kind of agree with Punk though. Like,
yeah, in a way,
people need to stop talking about his past.
But the way he went about it, very unprofessional, and I would understand the elite because, like, I hate when you're in charge, being in charge of a company and you book yourself to win titles and stuff. Like, I don't agree with that, but. For the president of the entire company to be sitting there right next to Punk and allow him to rant on about the elite and these people that are helping him build this company to be watchable and stuff, that's kind of annoying. Mm-hmm. You know, it doesn't make you seem like a leader of the company. So Tony Khan really fucked up there. But
and Tony Khan's crazy as fuck. Like, how is he gonna get mad at WWE for putting on 2 live events on the same weekend as his Labor Day, whatever. I don't even know what the AEW pay-per-views are called, but like, he was mad. He was like, "Oh, I'm not getting the respect that I give them." And bro, y'all talk about this on every show that y'all possibly can.
And that's the thing.
I'm sorry, but that's the only time I even hear about them.
Yes.
Is whenever they have our names in their mouth. I'm a WWE guy.
AEW
is never.
And I've watched both. I watched AEW since the inception when Chris Jericho was world champion. Beautiful feud with Hangman Adam Page. Beautiful feud with Kenny Omega. Beautiful feud everywhere for Chris Jericho. But once Chris Jericho lost that title, and Kenny Omega did an amazing job as AEW champion when he was AEW champion. I loved it. But that's the only thing I loved about the show.
MJF returns.
Oh, yeah.
And now it's even more of is he coming to WWE? Is he not? Is this like for the company, like working for the company type of thing? Or does he really have feelings of coming to us?
Well, I will say, if they allowed him to go on that rant in the ring and mention Triple H and
Cody
and Nick Khan from WWE, Cody and all this stuff, if he has to use their names to get a reaction, then that's telling which company's doing better, you know?
Yeah, for sure. He threw up the ones on Twitter.
Really?
Yeah, he acknowledged the bloodline. But
that's interesting.
Yeah, I hope. Oh, and CM Punk is legit injured now. They took the championship away from him and the Trios championship. Mm-hmm. John Moxley's gonna have to carry the company again. Just come back home, man.
Which I don't know, because I've never been interested in John Moxley in AEW.
From what I hear from AEW fans is that he's carrying the company. So, off of the horrible company. Let's go back to the good one. SmackDown was kind of not as good. I've never
It was
SmackDown guy.
AEW tier.
Yeah. No, it was. Never mind. I've never been a SmackDown guy. I've always been a Raw guy, but I feel like SmackDown is not performing the same as Raw is. But people are always saying, "Oh, this is a great show today." I don't think so.
So, what I think is happening is we're getting all these surprises on Raw, like the whole Braun Strowman
Yeah,
thing.
if he was gonna be on SmackDown, why
Yeah.
have him surprised on Raw?
It would have been a good surprise for SmackDown, but
Mhm.
SmackDown doesn't get that quality because, well, Raw they think is still the bigger show, which it is in technical terms. It's
Yeah.
their first show. Obviously, they're going to see it as their baby. But like SmackDown was doing 10 times better than Raw at one point.
Before the Rumble this year.
Yes, before this Rumble, and come on, like, how are you going to expect the show to feel big and good when all your surprises are being left on Monday Night Raw? Like, the only surprise really we've seen is Toxic Attraction
Yeah.
showing up on SmackDown, but like it
Or
was announced
Hit
prior.
Row, and Hit Row like got
Yes, Hit
Row
Row
is
and
really bad now.
and they're missing their main guy that made
Mhm.
Hit Row. So like it's just weird. The only thing I can see coming up for SmackDown is Legado del
Yeah.
Fantasma. I can't wait for that because I've watched The Hunter in Lucha Underground. Good, perfect person to carry a company like wrestling wise. He's really good. But I can't wait to see them come up. Hopefully it is SmackDown. Hopefully it's a surprise on SmackDown. Unless it's in a random Fatal 4-Way number one contender match on Raw. But
I think the best thing about SmackDown right now is Sheamus and Gunther
oh yeah.
and Sami Zayn.
Yep. Sami Zayn is gold.
He's awesome. Don't know when the turn's gonna happen. We all assume it's happening at some point.
Yep.
But maybe Triple H surprises us. But Gunther and Sheamus has been amazing so far. They got a 5-star. Meltzer gave him 5-star.
I saw that.
And so that gives us our rating. What did we rate it? I think we rated like a 4.
A 4 point something.
Yeah. So sorry. I just didn't think that. I was like too scared to give it a 5. To be honest. Like I was like, I'm not just gonna dish out 5s just because
Yeah.
But
Which
it
I
did
mean,
overperform.
Dave Meltzer. I mean, not
It's
everybody
horrible.
even follows him because they say
It's
he's terrible at
yeah.
that. So we can't even really take his rating as. It was a freaking hell of a match though.
But yeah, I'm not feeling Ronda Rousey versus Liv at all. I don't care for Ronda. They're trying to make her the new age Stone Cold in
Yep.
my eyes, and I don't see it.
I actually
at
saw a
all.
report that she's down for Paul Heyman.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
So
She also said she's been enjoying not being in the title picture. Now she's back in the title picture right away.
I did see that.
But
She did say she doesn't need a title to elevate her character.
she
She's
doesn't,
like
but
ready.
I think she just needs to leave.
Anyway, I don't know.
I don't know. I don't enjoy her.
First run Ronda Rousey, I was very happy with that. Her matches with like, even Nia Jax were crazy good for me. This Ronda Rousey, they just screwed up bringing her back as a face. The
Yeah, I
woman
feel
was
like
top
she's supposed to
tier
be a heel right now, but
Yeah.
everyone keeps cheering her on her entrances.
Yeah,
She
It's
attacked
weird.
the GM.
yeah.
Adam Pearce had an amazing promo and was proven correct when she just attacked him because
Yes.
she didn't get what she wanted.
So I don't know. Maybe I just know nothing from Ronda is gonna be gold until she starts her feud with Becky. I'm calling it right now. I feel like that feud is gonna somehow pick up. Maybe it's too late for the feud already. Like maybe people died down on it because that should have been done last year.
Yeah.
But
I feel like next is gonna be I think Ronda's gonna take the championship off Liv. Sorry, Liv. I am really sorry, honestly, but it's gonna be Survivor Series Ronda versus Bianca Belair.
yes, that's a good match. Honestly,
I think
I can't see
I don't even
Liv.
like Bianca, but I think Bianca goes over.
I could see it. I could see it. I don't know. I feel like I could see it, but I can't.
With the help of Becky Lynch. How about that?
Yes.
Because she's face now.
Yes.
She loves Becky Lynch.
Because that is a big 4 pay-per-view, so I
Mhm.
could see that. Now, the other thing is, for me, the whole Shayna Baszler, Ronda Rousey dynamic.
Yeah.
Do you think eventually they're going to team up?
It seems like it now after this SmackDown. They said she was like, "Let me know when you're ready to break
Yes.
bones again."
So, when she has her own 4 horsewomen or whatever,
Mhm.
the 4 horsewomen of MMA. Jessamine Duke and Marina Shafir were in WWE. They were in NXT with Shayna Baszler. They were a team. Pretty good force. Took the title off Kairi Sane and stuff when that all happened at Evolution, blah, blah, blah. Crazy good. They're released now, and Marina Shafir is living it up in AEW. Apparently she's unhappy there. She was very unhappy there. You think maybe a 4 horsewomen of MMA come back? Possibly.
I don't think anything like that, but
No?
I don't know. I think that everyone says like, oh, SmackDown is in dire need of a draft, but then every time we say that, then the other brand gets lackluster, you know. So
Yeah.
Then it's gonna be like, oh, Raw sucks.
Yeah,
Oh, SmackDown
that
sucks.
was
It's
the
always gonna
problem
happen.
in the 2016 draft, I think, when the whole Jinder Mahal shit was happening. But yeah, so well, I don't know.
Okay, now we can just talk about future things. Again, I'm a Rollins guy. I hope Rollins. It's because I don't even see him beating Roman anymore with how the bloodline just got stronger. So I don't even want to see them fight until it's time for him to take it off.
Yeah.
Okay, now we can talk about the Rumble, since we mentioned it. The Rumble this year is going to be in San Antonio. We are located in Texas. Me and Isaiah are going to attempt to get tickets.
Oh, we're going.
Make it. I don't know how
broke.
tickets work for pay-per-views and stuff like that, but I'm stoked because it's my birthday weekend.
Oh wow.
So yeah.
Yes. We're going. I just have to say, I will literally do anything for a damn ticket. I will sell my left arm for the ticket. So
even though it's gonna be pretty predictable of who the winner's gonna be in my eyes, I'm still gonna be ready to see it. Like,
who do you think's gonna win?
You had that Cody story. You gotta relive. You gotta go for it.
That is very true. I could see that. On the women's side of things, who do you think could be a good contender?
Women's side. Down the line,
I could see Rhea Ripley winning.
ooh, Rhea Ripley needs her chance. I don't think she needs it in Judgment Day, but she needs her opportunity.
But I could also see Ronda having the title on SmackDown and Becky winning.
Nah, Becky won't win it. Maybe Sasha Banks
It's
win
possible.
finally.
Possible. If Sasha Banks come back, she's a good contender, obviously.
Or Santina Marella.
Bruh, you just broke the internet. You just broke the internet.
No, but there was rumors about Wade Barrett going to return for the Rumble just for an appearance. To come in. Maybe he comes in with his Nexus theme. Oh, imagine. But yeah, we're stoked for that. I hope that comes soon. Honestly, tickets go on sale the 30th this month.
I believe so.
So
let's talk about some sad news. Pat McAfee will not be on commentary SmackDown for a while. Very sad about that because he is probably one of the best commentators I've heard in a long while.
Yeah, I'm glad that there was no like bad blood with it though. Like they kind of just allowed him to do his thing.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't relive the Corbin and JBL thing though. They
Oh,
didn't refocus on that. They happened last week and then like nothing happened this week.
Maybe he'll come back in like a week or two rebranded or
So
something.
the cowbells. Shinsuke, nothing for Shinsuke. They have a lot of stars that they need to revisit.
Yes, definitely.
AJ Styles hasn't been on TV in a while now. Seems like.
Yeah, ever since.
Also, I don't really care for AJ too much. I don't think his stories are that good. His matches are amazing, but I don't think his stories are
I
too
like
good.
his song.
His songs.
So my favorite AJ was SmackDown AJ.
Mhm.
I'm not a fan of Raw AJ. I think pairing him with Omos kind of killed his credibility a little bit.
Yeah.
Not his credibility. He's credible, very credible performer, but it halted his momentum a lot, a lot, especially with Omos going over on him. So
Yeah. Is that it though?
I believe so. That kind of wraps up a good week of wrestling.
Oh man.
See y'all next week. Actually, in a couple days, we'll be writing down our reactions to Raw again. But yeah, we'll talk to y'all next week. I didn't say much this episode because I don't know, not what to say. But yeah,
Go Bianca.
yeah, we're on our own.
No.
Okay. Anyways, bye.